Have you ever walked into a space and felt it just hug you? Not in a loud, overwhelming way, but in a quiet, steady whisper that tells you you're home. That's the magic we're chasing this season. In a world that often feels like it's moving a million miles an hour, our home should be our sanctuary, a place of grounding, of warmth, of soul. And if you're the owner of a hacienda-style home, you already have this incredible architectural foundation of history, of texture, of soulful character. But the question becomes, how do we honor that beautiful, rustic bones while introducing a fresh, modern, and seasonally appropriate sensibility? How do we move away from the expected oranges and reds of autumn and towards a palette that feels both timeless and utterly of the moment? That's exactly the transformation we're embarking on today. For this fall, we're leaving the traditional clichés behind and embracing a deeply sophisticated and profoundly calming green and cream palette. We're going to weave the very essence of an autumn landscape, the muted olives of ancient olive trees, the sage tones of late-season herbs, the deep forest greens of a shadowy path, and the soft, creamy whites of harvested wool and limestone, right into the heart of our modern hacienda. This isn't just about decorating. It's about alchemy. It's about transforming the energy of a space through color, texture, and intention. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's create a fall home that doesn't just look beautiful, but truly feels beautiful. So, our first step is to truly understand and listen to the soul of the hacienda style. Section 1. The soul of the modern hacienda, honoring the bones. The traditional hacienda style, born from the ranches and estates of the Spanish colonial era, is, at its heart, a lesson in pragmatic beauty. It's an architecture born from the earth itself. Thick, stuccoed walls to keep the heat at bay. Those gorgeous, exposed wooden vigas, the ceiling beams that speak of the forests that provided them. Terracotta tiles underfoot, cool and solid, formed from the very clay of the land. And those iconic wrought iron details on light fixtures and windows, hand-forged with an artisanal imperfection. The modern part of Modern Hacienda isn't about erasing this history. It's about editing, refining, and elevating it. It's about pairing that rugged, textural history with cleaner lines, more open spaces, and a more curated, minimalist approach to furnishings. We keep the soul, but we declutter the space. We honor the handcrafted, but we introduce a sense of serene, uncluttered calm. This is the essential canvas we're working with, a canvas that is already rich with warmth, texture, and a deep, earthy narrative. So, when we introduce our fall palette of green and cream, we're not working against this canvas, we're enhancing it. Think about it. Green is the color of the natural world that surrounds these homes. The cacti, the olive trees, the sagebrush. Cream is the color of the sun-bleached earth, of natural linen, of the materiality of the architecture itself. This palette doesn't fight the hacienda. It converses with it. It deepens its connection to its environment. It's a homecoming in the truest sense. This philosophy is deeply connected to one of the biggest interior design movements of 2025, biophilic design. But we're moving beyond just putting a plant in the corner. We're talking about a deep, intrinsic integration of nature's principles. It's about using color to mimic the landscape, textures that feel organic and untouched, and arranging spaces to feel like a natural sanctuary. Our green and cream scheme is a direct expression of this. We are literally bringing the colors of the fall landscape inside, creating a seamless flow between the interior and the exterior, which is a cornerstone of hacienda living. Section 2. The palette, the psychology of green and cream. Let's talk about color, not just as a visual stimulus, but as an emotional one, because the colors we surround ourselves with have a profound impact on our mood, our energy levels, and even our sense of well-being. And this right here is the secret superpower of moving to a green and cream palette for fall. While the world outside might be getting cooler, windier, and more chaotic, we are cultivating an interior world that is the absolute antithesis of that. Let's break down our two main players. First, green. In the realm of color psychology, green is the great balancer. It's the color of the heart chakra, associated with harmony, restoration, and a deep, pervasive sense of peace. It's the color our eyes need the least effort to process, which is why it feels so inherently restful. But not all greens are created equal, especially within our hacienda context. We're not looking for a bright, acidic lime green or a cool blue-based mint. No, we are hunting for the earthy greens. The greens that feel like they have a little bit of brown, a little bit of gray, a little bit of history in them. Think sage green, the color of quiet wisdom and dried herbs. Think olive green, rich, sophisticated, and timeless. Think forest green, deep, enveloping, and incredibly cozy, like the shadows under a canopy of ancient trees. These are the greens that hold space, that make you want to take a deep breath and sink into the moment. And then we have cream. Now, don't confuse cream with a stark, clinical white. Stark white can feel cold and unforgiving in a hacienda, fighting against its inherent warmth. Cream, however, is white's more sophisticated, warmer, and more tactile cousin. It's the color of natural, unbleached linen. It's the color of heavy, rich parchment. It's the warm white of old plaster walls and sun-bleached bones. Cream is the ultimate neutral because it provides light and airiness without the chill. It's the perfect backdrop that allows our earthy greens to truly sing, while also tying back beautifully to the stucco walls and terracotta tones that are already present. When you marry these two, earthy green and warm cream, you create a symphony of calm. This is the essence of what many are calling quiet luxury in 2025. It's not about loud logos or ostentatious displays of wealth. It's about an understated, confident elegance. It's about investing in a feeling of quality, tranquility, and timelessness. This palette exudes that. It says, "This is a home that values peace. This is a home that is curated, intentional, and deeply comforting." It's a far cry from the stimulating, sometimes overwhelming traditional fall palettes. And it's precisely why it feels so fresh and so necessary right now. So as we move forward, I want you to internalize this feeling. The feeling of a quiet forest floor walk. The feeling of a soft wool blanket on a cool morning. The feeling of rustic, hand-thrown pottery. That is the emotional landscape we are painting with our color choices. We are not just choosing a green paint. We are choosing serenity. We are not just choosing a cream fabric. We are choosing a canvas for a calm life. Section 3. The living room, the heart of the home. The living room is the heart of any hacienda home. It's where family gathers, where conversations flow late into the night, and where we truly sink into relaxation. So this is where our green and cream palette needs to work its hardest, creating an atmosphere that is both invigorating and profoundly relaxing. We're going to build this look layer by layer, texture by texture, because that's where the real magic happens. Let's start with the big-ticket items, the anchors of the room. If you have a large sofa, consider this your prime real estate for introducing our core palette. Now, I'm not saying you need to go out and buy a brand new green velvet sofa, though if you are, more power to you. But for a more sustainable and flexible approach, look into high quality, machine washable sofa covers in a rich olive or sage green. It's a transformative change without the commitment or the cost. Alternatively, if your existing sofa is a neutral beige, gray, or cream, perfect. That becomes our foundational cream element. We then bring in our green through two oversized, sumptuous armchairs in a textured fabric, like a buccal or heavyweight linen. The key here is scale and comfort. Hacienda style is about generous, inviting proportions. Now, for my favorite part, the textural layers. This is where we make the room feel irresistibly cozy and deeply 2025. We are moving beyond simple cotton throws. Think about a chunky, hand-knitted, cream-colored throw draped over the arm of that green sofa. The contrast in texture is everything. Then let's talk pillows. We're going to create a curated, asymmetrical pile that tells a story. Start with a large 24 by 24 inch pillow in a cream linen as your base layer. Then add a 20 by 20 pillow in an olive green velvet. This creates a luxurious touch. Next, introduce a pattern. Perhaps a lumbar pillow with a subtle, tonal jacquard weave that incorporates both cream and green threads. And for the piece de resistance, a single pillow in a rust-colored terracotta tone. This is our accent that ties everything back to the hacienda's architectural roots and the earth outside. It's a small pop, but it grounds the entire color story. But a room isn't just about what you sit on. The flooring and the surfaces tell the second half of the story. On those beautiful, but sometimes hard, terracotta tiles, we need a rug that adds softness and defines the seating area. I've chosen a magnificent, oversized jute rug with a thick, creamy wool border. The jute brings in that raw, organic texture, while the wool border adds a soft, defined luxury underfoot. On the coffee table, a rustic, reclaimed wood piece. I'm styling with a stack of art and architecture books with cream-colored spines. A large, shallow ceramic bowl in a matte cream finish filled with pine cones and dried oranges, and a single sculptural candlestick in a dark, forged iron. Finally, lighting. As the sun sets earlier, our artificial lighting becomes the soul of the room. Overhead, we have a dramatic wrought iron chandelier, but we're using a warm, dimmable bulb. Then we layer in light. A tall, arc floor lamp with a cream linen shade casts a soft, ambient glow from the corner. On the side table, a small ceramic table lamp provides a warm pool of light for reading. And the most important layer of all, candlelight. I'm grouping pillar candles of varying heights in cream and green on a tarnished silver tray. The flickering light against the textured stucco walls at night, it's pure autumnal magic. Section 4. The dining space, gatherings with intention. The dining room in a hacienda home is about communion. It's about long, leisurely meals, shared stories, and the kind of connection that feeds the soul as much as the food feeds the body. For fall, we want this space to feel especially welcoming and abundant, but in a way that is refined and elegant, not cluttered or kitschy. Our goal is to create a tablescape that feels like a gathered, natural extension of the landscape. It all begins with the foundation, the table itself. That beautiful, scarred wooden table, whether it's oak, pine, or mesquite, is our star. We don't want to cover it up completely. So instead of a traditional tablecloth, I'm using a long runner made of a textural, cream-colored fabric, like a raw silk or a heavy linen. It protects the surface, but still allows the beautiful wood grain to peek through on either side. This immediately sets a tone of rustic elegance. Now for the place settings. We're moving away from stark white porcelain and towards something with more body and character. I've chosen a set of cream-colored stoneware plates. They have a slightly irregular, handcrafted feel, with a matte finish that absorbs the light beautifully. This is a huge trend for 2025, the move away from the perfect and polished towards the artisanal and authentic. Beside each plate, we're laying our green accent. I've found these incredible napkins in a deep forest green linen. Linen is perfect because it crumples so beautifully, adding instant texture and a relaxed feel. I'm using a simple, natural jute napkin ring to tie it all together. For the glassware, I'm mixing old and new, a few elegant, modern water glasses alongside some vintage, amber-toned wine glasses I found at a flea market. This mix and match approach feels collected over time, not bought in a single set, which adds immense personality and soul to the table. But the true centerpiece of the table is the centerpiece. And here's a fresh idea. Let's move beyond the tall, obstructive floral arrangement. We want conversation to flow, so we're creating a long, low, and linear centerpiece. I'm starting with a long, narrow trough made of aged, dark wood. I'm filling it with a base of lush eucalyptus garlands. That's our green element. Then, I'm weaving in dried wheat stalks and pampas grass for their beautiful, feathery texture, and their symbolic connection to the harvest season. The final touch? The place cards. For an upcoming dinner party, I'm writing each guest's name on a small, smooth river stone with a gold paint pen. It's a tiny detail, but it speaks volumes. It says that this gathering was thoughtfully prepared. It connects back to our earthy, natural theme, and it gives each person a small, tactile token to remember the evening by. This entire dining space, with its layered textures, its sophisticated green and cream palette, and its intentional details, isn't just set for a meal. It's set for an experience. It's an invitation to slow down, to connect, and to savor not just the food, but the company and the beautiful autumnal moment. Section 5. The Bedroom Sanctuary, a retreat for the senses. The bedroom is our ultimate personal sanctuary. It's the space where we begin and end our day, and in the hustle of modern life, it must be a buffer against the noise. For our fall transformation, we are turning this room into a cloud of comfort, a cocoon of calm, using our green and cream palette to evoke a sense of profound peace and safety. This is where we practice the art of slow living. Start with the bed, the undisputed throne of the bedroom. We are going to build a bed that looks and feels like a five-star retreat. Start with your sheets. I've chosen a set in a high thread count, oatmeal-colored percale cotton, crisp, cool, and incredibly inviting. This is our foundational cream layer. Next, the blanket or duvet. I've opted for a duvet cover in a beautiful weighty sage green linen. Linen, with its beautiful, relaxed wrinkles, adds an instant lived-in, cozy luxury. Now, for the magic of layering. On top of the duvet, I'm folding a lighter weight, cream-colored wool or cashmere throw at the foot of the bed. This adds another textural dimension and is perfect for those slightly chilly nights. Now for the pillows. This is a system, and it makes all the difference. Start with your sleeping pillows, then add 2 standard shams in the same sage green linen as your duvet. In front of those, layer 2 European shams. These are the large 26 by 26 inch pillows in a contrasting cream texture, perhaps a quilted cotton or a velvet. This creates a plush, luxurious backrest. Finally, in front, add 2 decorative pillows. One in a green and cream patterned fabric, like a subtle stripe or a botanical print, and one smaller lumbar pillow in a cream faux fur or a textured knit. This layered approach creates a bed that is irresistibly deep, and inviting. But the ambiance of a bedroom isn't just about the bed. We need to address the other senses. On the knit stands, I'm keeping things minimal and serene. A simple ceramic table lamp with a cream linen shade provides a soft, warm pool of light for bedtime reading, far kinder on the eyes than harsh overhead lights. I have a small, hand-carved wooden tray that holds a ceramic water carafe and a single small sprig of eucalyptus in a tiny vase. On the wall above the bed, instead of a large piece of art, I've hung a large textural macrame wall hanging in natural cream-colored cotton. It adds softness and a beautiful bohemian-tinged texture without the visual weight of a framed picture. And finally, let's talk about scent. Scent is the most powerful sense tied to memory, and we can use it to solidify our autumnal sanctuary. I'm using a ceramic essential oil diffuser rather than synthetic room sprays. I've created a custom blend of grounding essential oils: cedarwood for its warm, woody depth, a touch of frankincense for its meditative, resinous quality, and just a single drop of bergamot for a hint of uplifting citrusy warmth. This creates a complex, natural aroma that smells like a walk through an autumn forest. Look around. Do you feel it? That sense of quiet? That feeling of being grounded? That's the power of this approach. It's not about chasing every fleeting trend. It's about listening to the soul of your home, understanding the emotional impact of color and texture, and creating an environment that supports your well-being. This autumn, it's not about adding more stuff. It's about adding more soul. It's about choosing pieces that tell a story, textures that invite touch, and a palette that soothes the spirit. I hope this journey has inspired you to look at your own home with fresh eyes. Maybe you don't have a hacienda, but you can take these principles, the earthy color palette, the layering of textures, the intentional lighting, the focus on organic materials, and translate them into your own space. Your home is your ultimate canvas for a beautiful life. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this resonated with you, if it sparked an idea, please let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you'd like to follow along as we continue to explore the art of living well in a modern world, please consider subscribing. Until next time, remember to create a home that doesn't just house you, but one that truly holds you. Take care, everyone.